Hi, welcome to the ASP.NET Virtual Lab. In last video we saw how to connect our front end with the back end, that is our database. So we saw the working of the admin login page. If the username and password were correct, we directed the user to the admin home page. Otherwise, the error was displayed. So we saw how to use the connection string, and using the connection string we connected the front end with the back end. So in this video we'll see how to insert records into the required table. So for that, again I'll start the demo. So we'll see with an example inserting records into the table. So I'll view the page in the browser, enter the username and password, login. So this is the home page, the administrator's home page. When I click on the add student image button, I'll be redirected to the add student details. Now here I will add a record. So the roll number is 7681. So again I have not used any validations here, and when I click on add student button, you'll see the message record added successfully. So this is how we add a record. Now I will check whether the record was added successfully or not. So we'll go to the MySQL Server Management Studio. Now here I have already created a table student details. So we'll open the table, and here you can see the roll number 7681 and the record is added. Okay, so the required record is added. Now here if you see the structure of my table, I have taken enrollment number, but I am not entering the enrollment number on my form. So I am simply entering the roll number. Now the enrollment number is what I have used as a primary key for the students, as every year the roll number keeps on changing, so we cannot keep the roll number as a primary key. So I wanted something that will keep the records unique, so I have chosen roll number, enrollment number. Now if you see the enrollment number, this is the concatenation of the year. So if a student has enrolled in the year 2014, so you'll see the first 4 digit as the year and then the number. So to maintain the sequence of numbers, so in every class there are 48 students. So all the students that are admitted in a particular year will have the year as the first 4 digits and then their number. So this is what I have taken as enrollment number. So now we'll see how this has been coded. So we'll go to the add student page. Now in add student page, on the click event of add student, you'll see this code. Now for the easiness of the to understand the code easily, I have put a comment on this. So again we need to import these 3 packages: system.data, system.data.sql client, these are the namespaces, not the packages, system.web.configuration. So we use these namespaces. So as we saw in the login page, we create a SQL connection object by providing the connection string name that we have created in the web.config file. Then I declared some global variables on the click event of the add button. So now, as I told you, I am using the enrollment number as the unique key. So the enrollment number is automatically generated. I am not adding or entering the enrollment number anywhere. So this is the sub procedure that I have written to generate the enrollment number. So the enrollment number code is here. So this is an auto generation. So this is what I do. First I select the maximum roll number that is available. So say for example, if the number ends at say 5, so this will be the maximum roll number in the table. So for example, here it is 2014006. So this is the maximum number. So when I fire this query, when this query is fired, I get the maximum number as the last number. Then the command object is created, SQL command object, by providing the string variable, the query, and the connection object. Then we create a SQL data reader. So the SQL data reader helps us to execute the command, that is the query that we provide here. So obj cmd dot is execute reader. Now these the execute reader property is used whenever we require the output of single column and single row. So as I am selecting the enrollment number here, so I get only the value of single column and single row. Then this statement reads the first record that is available from the obj read object. So the obj read object, it stores the number of columns, so the indexing of the column starts from 0. So in this case we will have only one row and one column, so that's why it is 0. So the first column of the read object, I'm converting it to a string. So as if now here in this code I have taken care that even if there is not a single record in the table, the record can be added. So for this, whenever the query is executed for the first time, we get a null record in the read object. So if it is null, I'm converting it to a string. If it is null, then I create a string variable. So in the string variable, I take the year as as I want to add the current year when the student takes admission, and then I concatenate the current year with 3 zeros and 1, so the enrollment number. And this is just to this I have entered just to verify whether I have created proper number or not. And once the first record is added, and for the next time it will again search for the last record, so that is the first record that gets added. And now here this condition will not be satisfied because the object reader will get one record and the control will be sent to here. So whatever record the object reader gets, so plus 1, so we are adding here 1 to this number. So the next record if I add, so here it will become 20140007. So this is how the enrollment number is auto generated. Then once the enrollment number is auto generated, then I am concatenating the date of birth. So if you see the date of birth text field, so I am using here date, month and year. So in SQL, when we enter the query, we take the year, month and date as the value for date. So we provide the date, we concatenate different text boxes, the values from different text boxes as a single date here. So save it as a string variable, so year, month and date. Again here we check for the gender, so whether the radio button for male is checked or not. If the male is checked, then the gender variable will be set to M, else it will be set to female. Then we enter the query. So it's an insert query into the student details values. Again we are using here the parameterized way of inserting the values. So we see here all the parameters. Now for simplicity I have kept the parameter same as what I have in the table, so enroll, roll number, class and so on. So for the simplicity or for simple understanding I have kept this. So it is better if we have this way of parameter. Then we add the parameter values. So obj cmd, that is a command object dot parameters dot add with value, all the parameters that we have enclosed in our query and the values. Now for enrollment number, I am generating the enrollment number in the generate enroll procedure, so I get the variable from there. for roll number, I'm accepting the roll number from the user, so I get the roll number from the text box, so txt roll text and so on. Then once it is done, again in the try catch block I check for the state of the connection. Now uh, in the previous window, once we log in into the account, here the connection is open. Now in VB.NET, once the connection is open, we need to close the connection after the operation. So you can do it here or here, so wherever you finish finish the work with the database, we need to close the object. So I have not closed the object here, hence I need to check whether the state of the connection object is open. So if it is open, then I am closing the object, otherwise if it is closed, it will open the object. Then so once you do this, then you need not open the object again. Then I am executing the query, execute non-query. So now in this case, we are just inserting the record into the table, so we use the property as execute non-query. So when you use this property, the execute non-query gives us a integer variable that is greater than 0. That indicates the record has been entered successfully. So in order to verify that, we check whether the record was entered successfully or not. So we check here in the if condition. So if the insert value is greater than 0, that means the record was added successfully. Then I display these output here, record added successfully, in a label. So label error is the name of the label, add record successfully. Now here if you see it is enclosed with a bold tag. So ASP.NET is capable of handling the tags along with the messages that we display in the label. Then I clear all the text boxes. So again I have written a procedure, so clear text procedure. If the records are not inserted properly here, then it will throw an error. So you can rectify the error or handle the error with some other means. So this is how we write the code for inserting values into the table. So I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching the video. In the next video, we'll see using various controls on our web page. Thank you.